The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Into the lane and just gets the roll.
Wow. A Q Media Group production.
And the serve just clears the top of the net. Played by the Bombers.
Local high school sports. Also available for free on the WCMP mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
He's got a lot of room to run, and he's off to the races. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Mora High School for tonight's not even a section or conference matchup anymore. I was about to say conference matchup, but these two teams not in the same conference anymore. No, this is a non-conference, non-section matchup, but these two teams were in the same conference for what seemed like forever, but these two teams obviously still very familiar with each other. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman here, and again, we're inside Mora High School here on the Here's the Pitch pregame. Brought to you by Here's the Pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor training facility. Fast pitch, slow pitch, or baseball batting cages. Tune up your swing at Here's the Pitch. So we get set for this one. 13 minutes left in the warm-up cycle for these two teams, and the Milaca Wolves in town to face the Mora Mustangs. And as we go ahead and take a look at these two teams here during the Here's the Pitch pregame, starting with the visiting Milaca Wolves. Milaca plays out of Section 6AA, and they're in the middle of that section. And Foley, by the way, is fifth in that section. And Milaca is right in the middle at 8. So Milaca is at the 8 spot. They are currently 6-4 overall on the season. They're 3-4 in section play. So they've played 10 overall games. 7 of them have been in the section. They have won 15 sets, lost 13. So not a bad start to what is still kind of a young season, but unfortunately we're creeping more towards the middle of the way through the season. I know I don't like it either, but it is what it is. Taking a look at how they started the season, very well. They started it off 3-1 at the Royalton tournament back on August 22nd, where they beat Piers, St. Cloud Apollo, and Royalton, but then fell to Foley. They would then go on to win their first 2 dual matches of the year against Little Falls and Pine City by a score of 3-0. Then they would lose to Pequot Lakes by the same score, beat Piers 3-1, and then go on to lose to the next 2 teams they faced, which were Albany and Foley, both 3-0, and that was last week for Milaca. So Milaca had 2 games last week. They lost both to Albany and Foley. Now Foley, the number 5 team in the section. Albany, the number 1 team in the section. The number 1 team in the section was also the number 1 team in the section last year. Albany was the number 1 team last year. Milaca got to, I think it was the section quarterfinal or semifinal against Albany. And, man, it was a 3-0 win for Albany, but it was so much closer than that 3-0 score said that it was. It was a very good game for Milaca. Very entertaining. And, you know, this team, if I remember correctly, last year was pretty darn young. And this year, they're still young, but they've got some of that veteran presence there this year. They've got seniors like Cassie Hansen, Gianna Bolt, but also Bree Sanchez, Charlie Joe Bonac, and McKenna Golden. But there's not a ton of experience with some of these seniors. There is some, let's be real, but there's not as much as other teams. So this team's still very young. We knew that last year. They were going to be a younger team. And again, they did have a good chunk of seniors, but they were still kind of young. So it was kind of an interesting thing that it was about that team last year. Again, they were still kind of young, but they still had a good chunk of seniors. So it was very interesting to kind of see what happened with that team last year. They're looking to kind of repeat their success of last year and then some. Again, they got to I don't remember if it was the section semis or section quarters. There's a really easy way to do that, and that's look at their schedule for last year. But this team, still a very strong, very talented team. Again, looking to make some noise this year. Again, in their section, they play in one of the toughest sections in all of Class 2A. By the way, it was the semifinal there against Albany after they beat Piers and Pequot Lakes. So Milaca has high aspirations this year, and I think rightfully so. And I think they can very I don't want to say easily achieve them because it's not going to be easy, but I think they can achieve them. I don't think it's going to be a mountain to climb for them to get back to where they were last year, which was the section semifinal. I think this is a spot where, if they get a few things to fall their way, they gain that experience throughout the season. This could be a team that we're talking about in the last 4 teams of the of the postseason, rather. As we shift over to Mora, looking at what Mora has done up to this point. Well, Mora is a team that has had some pretty good success to start the season as well. We've got a lot of successful teams to begin the season. Mora is one of them, and they, looking at their roster, they had a team that was kind of young last year, a little bit of inexperience. This year, wow, a plethora of seniors on this roster. Why don't we count them out? There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 seniors on this Mora roster. Yeah, 14 or 15 seniors. There are 1, 2, 3 players that are not, and they are sophomores. And they are sophomores that play actually quite a bit in Macy Degersham, Bella Kellish, and Maya Fix. So it's not like this team isn't playing their younger players. It's just the seniors on this squad have kind of, shown their ability and have proven that they deserve to get some starts. And that's why I say, Joey Whitbread has done such a really good job of coming in here and getting this program kind of taking it from where it was last year and just expanding on that. Last year their coach, I'm going to forget her name and I apologize, but the coach from last year did a really good job kind of uniting this team and getting them to be a team once again. And then Whitbread has done a really good job of kind of expanding on that and taking it to the next level, and that is just a testament to what this team is building and what they're building as a program. It has been so fun to watch the last couple of years this Mustang team build and continue to build, and now they're expanding, and this senior group is looking to do something that this team hasn't done in a while, which is make some noise in the playoffs. And obviously we'll have to wait another month. Yeah, believe it or not, we're only a month away from playoffs. Again, like I said, I don't like it either, but it is coming. So we're about a month away from playoffs, and this team, they have a really good chance to finish in the top half of this section, if not even better. But we'll have to, again, wait and see, and the journey is going to be just as fun along the way. I tell you what, though, before we talk a little bit more about what the Mora Mustangs have done on the season, we're going to take a moment to hear a word from some of our fine sponsors, and then we'll come back and talk more about these two teams here in the Here's the Pitch pregame. A word from our fine sponsors, then back here on KBEK.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Are you tired of the same old low-quality meat? Want to know where your food comes from? Check out Milaca Meats. They're your local butcher, dedicated to providing you with the freshest, most flavorful meat raised and processed right here in central Minnesota. From juicy steaks to savory sausages, they've got it all. Whether you're hosting a backyard barbecue or just looking for a delicious weeknight meal, Milaca Meats has you covered. Visit their retail store or order online today. It's meat the way it should be. Milaca Meats, from hoof to hook to you.
When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are many options. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral and Cremation Services. Church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, a ceremony in a park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation, in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com, serving our community since 1912.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on the Here's the Pitch pregame, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman out here at Mora High School for tonight's matchup between the Milaca Wolves and the Mora Mustangs. Again, this not a section or conference matchup anymore. This just a regular old duel between these two teams after Mora made the switch over to the Great River Conference, and honestly, it was kind of about time. You know, as much as the Granite Ridge Conference is a great conference, it's a lot of fun, but it just felt right for Mora to be in the Great River, and it has been seamless, honestly. But taking a look at these two teams, we talked about Milaca before we went to break. We're going to talk about Mora back from break as Mora sits at 6-3 on the year. They are 1-2 in section play, and they have won 17 sets and lost 9. They are currently ranked as the number 4 team in Section 7AA. This is home to a lot of our local teams. Rush, Mora, obviously, Pine City, and Hinckley-Finlayson are in this section. Now, Rush City is on top of the section at 10-0, 3-0 in section play. Mora, though, not far behind. One of their losses in section play was to the Rush City Tigers. It was a 3-0 loss, but as anybody, along with us broadcasters, will tell you, it was a much closer game than that showed on the scoreboard when the final buzzer sounded. But this team, as I mentioned, off to a good start. 14, 15 seniors on this squad, and man, oh man, they are just, it has been a lot of fun to watch this Mustang team grow and just continue to get better. They started off with 2 wins over Pillager and Barnum did Mora. Then they lost to Rush City. That seems like forever ago, but it was only at the beginning of this month, 11 days ago. But again, they lost that game 3-0. Now again, it will show a 3-0 loss, but let me tell you, it was a lot closer than that. I had a chance to go back and watch that one a little bit. It was so much closer than what that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard showed. It was so much closer. Mora kept it close in every single set. I think it was every set it was at least they were within 4. I think it was a lot of times 2, but they were within striking distance in each and every set. So it was really, really cool to see those two teams go at it. Then they went into a tournament up in Greenway where they lost to Northwoods and Greenway, but then beat Nashwauk, Keewatin, and Northeast Range in their next 2. Then they came out of that last week and beat Ogilvie and Pine City 3-0. So a decent week last week for Mora, and I say decent, but it was a really good week for Mora, beating both Ogilvie and Pine City 3-0. Now they come into this week, and they'll have a decently busy week. They'll play today and tomorrow at home, and then they'll go to a tournament in Pierce on Saturday. Tonight, Milaca. Tomorrow they host Bram, and we'll be here for both. So be sure to tune in tomorrow for that game as well. But as we take a look at the Mustangs again, not a bad season. They've played some pretty good teams, and they'll still be left to play some pretty good teams in Crosby, Ironton, Moose Lake, Willow River, even a bigger school in Hibbing before the year is over, plus Aiken and East Central. And conference games, no matter what the records are between the teams, it's always fun because it's always going to be a close game. Playoffs for Section 6AA, which Milaca is in, start on Wednesday, October 22nd. Then for these Mora Mustangs, it starts around that same time. So that is just about going to do it here for the Here's the Pitch pregame here in Mora. Thank you so much for tuning in to Here's the Pitch pregame on nice 95.5 FM KBEK. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanking you for joining us here in the pregame. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we will have First Serve. But first, we're going to get the starting lineups and national anthem, and then after that, back for First Serve here on KBEK. Nice 95.5.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take 2.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to Pizza and Salad Buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 10. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us. Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for the season.
Hey guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like,
Getting to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn in Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand. And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo.
huh, thanks boys. I went to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn. They have everything a hunter needs to be prepared.
Okay. I do love Almost Yours Gun and Pawn.
907 Union Street, Mora.
Rail Heating and Air Services, all makes and models of furnaces and air conditioners. Rail Heating and Air is a Trane dealer offering new installation and replacement with Trane furnaces and air conditioners, always providing free estimates for replacements. Right now, Rail Heating and Air is offering furnace clean and checks for only $89. Yes, only $89. Give Rail Heating and Air a call today at 320-260-2124. That's 320-260-2124.
Milaca football is celebrating over 120 years in the making. This started back in 1903. At this time, the Milaca Football Booster Club would like to do a special shout out to some of their sponsors. Our Alpha Wolf sponsor is Milaca Meats. Local legend sponsors: Parcel Real Estate, Jort Excavating, Will's Lawn Care, G. Edward Schramm Foundation, First National Bank of Milaca, Shack Boys, Rail Heating and AC, Viernick Farms and Diesel, Quick Trip, and Extreme Coating Epoxy.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK, your starting lineups for tonight coming your way here as taking a look at the Milaca Wolves. Starting for them will be number 2, Kylie Johnson. Oh. I guess, nope, Tegan Taylor, excuse me. Now, if I remember correctly, Milaca will go through and rotate a bunch, so just heads up. So it will be Tegan Taylor, number 1, then number 2, Kylie Johnson, then number 4, Grace Foss, number 6, Carly Papp, number 11, Rula Butkowski, and number 15, Gianna Bolt. I did miss number 8, Magnolia Voss, so I apologize. On the other side, for the Mora Mustangs, it will be number 1, Alice Anderson. Then number 2, Maya Fix. Number 4, Avery Ennis. Number 8, Georgia Stillday. Number 9, Ashley Norberg. And number 12, Jenna Lukenbill. Those are your starters here for both of these squads. We get ready for this matchup here. Beautiful, beautiful national anthem sung, by the way. I believe it was a young man from Mora, a student of Mora. And just a beautiful, beautiful national anthem sung there by him. He's got a lot of talent, that young man does, singing. So don't be surprised if we hear him outside of high school. Getting all the rules and stuff out there before we get started. Don't forget, we'll have a Hones set break after the first set. It's the Hones Auto Body and Glass right here and more. But as I mentioned before, Milaca, they will substitute a lot. They like to substitute and and roll with substitutions quite often. And again, that was early in the season against Pine City. Will they keep doing that? I don't know. I would assume so, but my question was, are they doing that more out of necessity, or was that kind of the game plan for this year? And the way they did it against Pine City, I kind of thought it was more of the game plan, which isn't surprising, really. I mean, you get that kind of rotation with as many players as they have that can play as well as they can. I mean, why not? You have a opportunity to get these young ladies some valuable experience on the varsity level. And your team is, kind of young and inexperienced, so I like the idea there from the Wolves. It will be Avery Ennis who will start the serve for Mora. And first serve, and we are underway as the Wolves get it on the back line. It's Taylor, and now knocking it over. And then there with the block was number 9, Ashley Norberg. She had a big game last week against Pine City. She was our Pine Insurance player of the game for Mora. Another serve here by Ennis. It is over. Dug up there by Kylie Johnson. Hit over by Magnolia Voss, and Magnolia Voss is going to get the kill. Of course, their head coach, Jamie Taylor. For the Mustangs, as I mentioned, Joy Whitbread. Now back to serve for the Wolves is Tegan Taylor. Serve is up and over, dug up there by Fix, and now hitting it across, but dug up on the back line is Taylor. At the middle of the net, Voss again, but it's dug up nicely by Steelday. Blocked at the net, and that was number 4, I believe, which is Grace Voss, who will get the block and the kill, and that makes it 2-1. Milaca, as I am slacking on the scoreboard, 2-1, there we go. So Tegan Taylor serve. It's going to be an ace for Tegan Taylor as that one gets over the hands of Maya Fix. So 3-1 now the score. It's to the back of the line. Leah Tim there. Now to the front of the net, tapped over by Norberg. On the back line, dug up by the Wolves. Now on the far side, mishitting it is Grace Voss. And the Mustangs get one back. It's now 3-2. You can hear the student sections getting into it early on in this one. Maya Fix back to serve. One of the sophomores on the Mustang squad. The serve is over. Dug up, and that's right to the net and pushed down by Ashley Norberg. Another block at the net, this time by Mora, and we're tied at 3. I forgot to mention this before we got to the first serve, but when I was looking at this one and these two teams and how they've played and just the type of game this is, I thought to myself, man, this could be the first game that I see go 5 sets this year, and the hit there by Magnolia Voss goes long. And it's going to be 4-3. Mora takes the lead. Maya Fix will be back to serve for the Mustangs. It's up and it's over. Dug up there by Taylor. On this near side, Maggie Voss will look for another kill. Blocked at the net and dug up there by Ennis. To the front of the net, Alice Anderson has to hit it over, but unfortunately a little too far, and it's out of bounds to make it 4-4. And now back to serve will be Maggie Voss for the Wolves. Substitution, and I believe it was, I could not see it, I apologize. Maybe Rula Butkowski into the game. Meanwhile, Voss's serve is over, dug up by Tim on the middle of that line. Alice Anderson just taps it across, but dug up by Voss. Pushing it over back to Voss looking for the kill. It's a rainbow shot over, dug up by Tim. Now on this near side, Alice Anderson will look for the kill. Through the block, dug up by Taylor on the back line, and then on this near side, hit across by Bukowski, but it's dug up by the Wolves. Alice Anderson will look to hit it on the near side. Dug up again by Voss. On the far side, this is Grace Voss to the front of the net, tapped across, and nice, no, it should have been more a point, but they're going to say one of the Wolves got into the net, and it will wind up being Milaca point 5-4. Heartbreaker there for the Mustangs, but Maggie Voss and company will get that one 5-4. The serve is up and over. Leah Tim there with the dig. In out-of-bounds territory, Norberg gets it, and Alice Anderson gets it back over, but it is out of bounds again, too strong, and it's 6-4 now, the Wolves with the lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Maggie Voss, the serve. Just over the net, a diving Leah Tim, and it gets to the net, but just nothing that Avery Ennis could do over there. It's going to be an ace for Maggie Voss. And here's another serve. That one is in again, and that's an ace for sure to make it 8-4, and all of a sudden the Wolves have pulled off to an 8-4 lead. And with that, we're going to get a timeout by the Mustangs. We're going to take a timeout as well, back after 30 seconds on KBEK.
Stop relying on unstable energy prices and switch to self-sufficiency with the Classic Edge HDX outdoor wood furnace from Central Boiler. Heat your home, outbuildings, and provide endless hot water, all while utilizing your backyard source for renewable energy. The Classic Edge uses up to 60% less wood, which means less waste and less work. Be more comfortable for less money with the Classic Edge HDX.
Northland Boiler Sales. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Back here on Nights 95.5 FM KBEK, the Wolves lead the Mustangs 8-4 here in Mora High School. A couple of aces by Maggie Voss has helped the Wolves out to this lead. Liza Yort will check into the game for the Wolves, wearing number 13. She is a freshman on this squad. Pretty tall as well. I don't think we have an official height on her, but one of the taller ones on the court. Meanwhile, the serve is over, dug up by the Mustangs, hit across by Alice Anderson on the far side. Grace Voss looks for the kill. A diving Anderson is not able to get under it, and Grace Voss gets the kill. Back to serve again is Maggie Voss. It is up and over, dug up on the back line by Leah Tim. Now for Anderson, and through a block, and she gets it down. Alice Anderson will get the kill for the Mustangs, her first of the evening. Leah Tim will serve. It's over. Dug up that time by Kylie Johnson on this near side. Grace Voss will hit it across, but it's Tim with the dig on the back line. And then Jenna Lukenbill hits it across. A sliding Yort gets it and pushed over by Voss through a block, dug up there by Ennis. Now on this near side for Alice Anderson. Oh, and just getting the dig is Voss after the block, and hitting it over is Taylor. Now back across. Mora setting it up for Lukenbill for the kill. And Lukenbill delivers. So 9-6, Wolves still lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Tim wasting no time with the whistle, hits it over. Taylor with the dig to Maggie, and now hitting it across is Yort. Dug up there by Fix, and Anderson will look for the kill. Off the block, Anderson with the dig. Ennis sets it up for Lukenbill. She has to readjust, pushes it across, but dug up now by Kylie Johnson. On the far side, Grace Voss just mistimed her jump that time, and that makes it 9-7 as she hits it into the net. Student sections have done a phenomenal job here tonight, being boisterous and noisy and fun. The serve is over, dug up by Taylor, and Maggie Voss will hit it across, dug up on a dive by Ennis, pushed back for the Wolves, and now Grace Voss will hit it over and off a block of the Mustangs, and she's able to get it down. The kill there for Grace Voss. And going back to serve now will be McKenna Golden. Golden's serve is going to come up short. That'll make it 10-8. Substitution here for Mora as we see Ava Olsen check into the game, and she'll go back to serve. It's over, dug up there by Golden. On that far side, pushed over by Kylie Johnson. Dug up on the dive by Ava Olsen, now pushed back across. Dug up by Maggie Voss. Taylor will set it up on the far side for Kylie Johnson. A diving dig is not enough for Tim, and it's Kylie Johnson with her first kill of the evening. 11-8, Milaca on top. Checking into the game is Gianna Bolt, and going back to serve, also checking in is Jaden Koseski. Yeah, I apologize if Jaden Koseski, if that is Koseski. Koseski? I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I know that I more than likely am. Either way, service over, dug up by the Mustangs. Kastenbauer hits it across, and now trying to get it over is Kylie Johnson. She does. Leah Tim with the dig there to the front of the line. It's again Elliot Kastenbauer looking for the kill. Maggie Voss there for the dig. Setting it up on the far side. Kylie Johnson hits it back across. Leah Tim on the back line with the dig. Setting it up now for Lukenbill. No, it's going to be Alice Anderson through the block. Dug up by Maggie Voss. What a dig, and then hitting it across is Yort. What a play there by the Wolves, and now Lukenbill looking for the kill. Voss again there with the dig. Dug up on the other side by Kastenbauer, setting it up for Lukenbill. This one's a hard one. Is it long? It is. I thought maybe the Wolves had gotten a hand on it, but they did not, and that goes long on the hit from Lukenbill, and it is 12-8, Milaca. Wow, what a volley that was. That was a fun point. Jaden Koseski. Again, I apologize if that's not how you pronounce that name, but the serve is over. Dug up there on the front line by Alice Anderson, hitting it across as Lukenbill. Oh, and somehow keeping it up was McKenna Golden and getting it back across. Now Alice Anderson trying to set it up for Lukenbill. No, instead, it's going to be Elliot Kastenbauer. Kept alive by the Wolves. They get it back across. Leah Tim will get the dig. Trying to set it up. Alice Anderson. They're going to say it was a block at the net, so it will not be dead. And Kylie Johnson again looking for the kill. Blocked at the net there by Mora. Push across. Diving dig by Mora. That was Maya Fix setting it up and push over again. Leah Tim a diving dig. Oh my goodness. Lukenbill will now hit it across. Just gets it over off the top of the net on the far side. Kylie Johnson will look for the kill. It's dug up. Not a clean dig, but Mora's going to keep it alive. Are you kidding me? Holy moly. Kylie Johnson will try and finish it off, and she will. Whoa. What a point! Are you serious? You can't get much better. That's the point of the year right there. Wow. 13-8. And both teams were, we said it before, but I'll say it again. That's the hustle stat of the year right there. Now Lukenbill comes back with a power hit. Didn't launch it long, and she didn't need to. Lukenbill with her second kill. And Mustangs trail by 4, 13-9. And going back to serve is Alice Anderson for the Mustangs. Serve is over. A low dig that time for McKenna Nar. No, that was not Nar. I apologize. That was Kylie Johnson. Then they hit it into the net. Well, really the kind of the support of the net, the pull, as you might be able to hear from the student section. That makes it 13-10. Mora still trails by 3. The serve is over. Tegan Taylor, the sliding dig. Maggie Voss sets it back into the field of play and then hit across. Tim there, with the dig. And it is Lukenbill again with another kill. Well, we know she's got a big swing and a hard hit. She didn't even need it there. All she did was push it hard across the net, and she gets her third kill of the evening to make it 13-11. This serve is over. Dug up there by McKenna Golden. Now on the far side looking for the kill. And it was Kylie Johnson. It was blocked at the net. They're going to say it went a little too far. It went out of bounds, they'll say, off the block. So that makes it 14-11. Substitution, in comes Carly Papp, and she'll go back to serve. For the Wolves, it's 14-11, as I just mentioned. Just want to remind myself, that's all. Serve by Papp is over. Dug up by the Mustangs Fix. Just trying to tap it over. Diving dig by the Wolves, and they will get it across on the hit from Golden. Dug up by the Mustangs on the far side. Kastenbauer gets it through a block. Diving dig by Maggie Voss, and the Wolves get it back across. Leah Tim trying to set it up here for Fix. It's blocked at the net, and out of bounds it will go off the block. 14-12. I said it before. I'll say it again because it bears repeating. This one could go all 5, ladies and gentlemen. Lukenbill back to serve now for the Mustangs. Her serve is over. Dug up by Golden to the front of the net, and they'll line it up. Blocked at the net off the hit from Jana Bolt, and it's going to get down a point for Mora. And I apologize, I didn't see who got the kill. Trying to look at the scoreboard in the building. Doesn't look like they saw it either. Maybe Maya Fix. Lukenbill either way will serve. Now it's a 1-point difference. Pushing it over is Kylie Johnson, dug up by Ava Olsen, hitting it across Kastenbauer, dug up by Taylor. And in the middle, Maggie Voss somehow just gets it over Maya Fix, and Kastenbauer again looking for a kill, dug up by Golden. Now on the front of the line, Johnson. Nice job by Maya Fix there. Kastenbauer again lobs it over. Dive dig by Golden. Maggie Voss will look for the kill off a block. Keeps it alive for Anderson. Olsen with the dig. Fix will look for another kill. That one just goes long. And that'll make it 15-13. Boy, I tell you what, my lungs are gonna burn after this one. Kylie Johnson back to serve for Milaca. 2-point difference. Up and over. Dug up by Anderson. And Kastenbauer on that far side. No, it's denied there by Jayana Bolt with the block. That'll make it 16-13. No! So there is a change in the call. They're gonna the hand of the referee is saying kind of over the net. Like he's got one hand underneath and puts the other hand over. Currently the scoreboard reads 16-14. We will await. There's some discussion between coach and referee. And we'll see kind of. Yeah, they're going to stick with it. So it will be 15-14. Not real sure what happened there, but either way, it's Mora's point, and now Avery Ennis will serve. Dug up by Johnson over to the far side. Grace Voss looks for the kill. Blocked at the net, and blocked again after Norberg got the block. Pushed back across by Maya Fix, and unable to get to it was Kylie Johnson. Maya Fix will get credited for that one, and it's 15 all. And it almost felt like, man, if Mora could get over the hump of the tie and possibly take the lead, they might be able to take the lead and run away with it. We'll see, though. This one's been so fun. Avery Ennis with the serve. Dug up by the Wolves on the far side. Grace Voss looks for the kill. A whistle there on Mora. Not sure for what, but the 16-15 now. Milaca takes the lead, and Tegan Taylor will go back to serve. Serve is over. Dug up by Tim, and now hit back across by Georgia Stillday. Taylor with the dig for the Wolves, and oh my goodness, I think they confused each other. Both Maggie Voss and Rula Bukowski both went up for it, and I think because of that, they were right next to each other. That's almost like a route between two receivers being run at the same distance, the same length, and the same route. I don't think they were both supposed to be there at the same time, and they kind of confused each other. So now the serve will go back over for Mora as we're tied at 16. Maggie Voss will look for the kill. Dug up there by Fix and hit back across by Norberg. Dug up by Maggie Voss on this near sideline. They'll set it up for Maggie Voss for the kill, and she gets it through the block for the kill. That is, to get a kill like that through a block is, so impressive. She's only a freshman, by the way. I didn't realize that, but she is. This serve is over, dug up by Fix on the back line. They'll set it up for, that's Ashley Norberg on the far side. She will hit it across. Now Maggie Voss gets the dig and the kill there for Rula Bukowski. 18-16, Milaca. Maggie Voss serve is over. Tim there with the dig right back at the net. Block, and then back over. And I think they're going to get Milaca for again going like on the on the Mustang side of the net. So you can go to the middle of the net, but you can't reach over. I'm not quite sure. I've never quite understood how that one works, and I apologize. I'm not the foremost expert on volleyball. Now quickly, Coach Taylor going to head to Maggie Voss and kind of give her a little bit of word of what he wants to go and tell the head ref there on the ladder on the far side. We'll see what comes of this. It's 18-17 currently. Maggie Voss coming to report what the referee said. Oh, and serve is over. Kylie Johnson with the dig, looking for the kill. Was Liza Yort, but unfortunately she hits it long, and we're tied at 18. Yeah, the referee was not waiting there. He definitely whistled before everyone was set and ready for Milaca, as Maggie Voss was still kind of having a conversation with her head coach, Jamie Taylor. Meanwhile, the serve is over from Mora. Blocked at the net, and then it gets down on their side. I apologize, didn't quite see who got the kill. That was Grace Voss for the Wolves. 19-18. Here we go back and forth. Served by Grace Voss. Goes into the net, and we're tied back at 19 apiece. Going back to serve, tied at 19, will be Ava Olsen for the Mustangs. And it's going to go long. Very smart play there by Tegan Taylor to watch that one. Just keep an eye on it and let that one go. 20-19, Milaca with the lead. Subbing in now is Jaden Koseski. Again, I apologize if that's not how you pronounce it. But she'll go back to serve. Wearing that number 9, a junior for the Wolves. It's up and out on the serve. So service error there makes it 20 all. And another sub quickly. Rula Bukowski will check in for Koseski. And Taylor checks back in. That's Tegan Taylor for the Wolves. Serving for the Mustangs is Alice Anderson, and it is up and it is over. Dug up by Kylie Johnson. She'll hit it, and that's going to go long. And it will be Mustangs point, 21-20. They take the lead. Alice Anderson with the serve. Lobbed it over, and it gets down in front of a diving McKenna Golden. It's an ace for Alice Anderson. And a timeout called here by the Milaca Wolves. 22-20, the Mustangs all of a sudden have the lead. And we'll be back after word from our fine sponsors here on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Everybody loves a small town feel, and with Yort Excavating, you get just that. They are a 4-generation family business serving central Minnesota and beyond since 1955. Digging done right from small dirt projects to big excavating projects to trucking and materials. They truly can handle it all while playing in the dirt. So what are you waiting for? Get that project done right with Yort Excavating in Milaca, where there is no job too big or small for Yort Excavating. Check them out online at yortexcavating.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBK, the Wolves all of a sudden trail 22-20. They've led for a majority of this set, but man, the Mustangs have come from behind. And I mean, it's really never been out of hand for either side, but man, the Mustangs late in this one are making a statement. Serve is over here by Alice Anderson. Dug up by the Wolves, and now hitting it across. Kylie Johnson dug up there on the near side by the Mustangs. It looks to be Maya Fix, and she'll get it across. It hits the net and then gets down on the far side. Just nobody there for the Wolves. An unfortunate thing that took place is that it hit the net. It works for the Mustangs, but not for the Wolves because, it hit that net and then made its way over, kind of at a different spot. Alice Anderson still serving for the Stangs. This one's over, and Tegan Taylor, wow. Man, I don't know what kind of vitamins she's taken, but her eyes were perfect there because she watched that one all the way and just knew it was going to be out. Great awareness there by Tegan Taylor. Now checking in, Carly Papp will go back to serve for the Wolves. 23-21, Mustangs with the lead. Papp's serve is just over the net. Leah Tim with the dig. Lukenbill looks for the kill, but it's dug up by Taylor. We'll put it on the near side for Maggie Voss. Dug up by Ava Olsen, but a little too strong. And it's Maggie Voss who gets the kill, 23-22. Carly Papp will serve. It's over. Leah Tim with the dig. In front of the line, and now on the near side, Fix. Dug up by Kylie Johnson. And she'll hit it back over. Leah Tim with a diving dig. Couldn't just keep it alive was Elia Kastenbauer. So close, but not enough. And Kylie Johnson with the kill. And we're tied back at 23 apiece. Serve is over, dug up by Leah Tim. Now Ava Olsen, and pushing it over is Alice Anderson. Dug up by the Wolves. Maggie Voss will look for the kill, and that is, was that in? It was, yes. Right on that near sideline. Couldn't really tell because it was so close. Set point now for the Wolves after trailing by 2. They have come back and scored 4 unanswered, and now we're going to get a timeout here by Mora. And while they take a timeout, we will as well. Back after 30 seconds.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Set point now for the Wolves here in the first set. 24-23 they lead. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, they have 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. That Cambridge location is brand new. If you're on 95 going west through Cambridge, that'll be on the north side of the road in between Starbucks and Caribou. A beautiful new location over there for Embrace. 24-23, the Wolves trying to finish off set number 1. Back to serve is Carly Papp, but the Mustangs trying to get one back. And Papp's serve is lobbed over, dug up by Anderson. Ava Olsen will set it up. Maya Fix. And hit the net, unfortunately. So that one hits the net, and the Wolves take set number 1, 25-23. What a set it was between these two teams. It was a lot of fun to watch. But now we're heading to what is a Hones Auto Body and Glass set break. Well, what it is quite literally a break in between the sets. So we will take a commercial break, and we'll be back after word from our fine sponsors here in the Hones Auto Body and Glass set break. Hones, right here in Mora, has state-of-the-art facilities and 44-plus years of experience getting vehicles back on the road.
Now, it's time for the Q Media Sports Set Break. Brought to you by Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. More local high school sports action is on the way.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
Mike Nelson's Auto Glass is a family-owned business for over 30 years, providing fast and reliable service for all auto glass. Mike Nelson's Auto Glass can even calibrate vehicles equipped with cameras to make sure all safety features work after the windshield is replaced. Best part, free mobile service. Yep, they come to you and offer lifetime warranty on their workmanship. When your windshield shatters, call the one that matters. Mike Nelson's Auto Glass at 320-983-6270 or check them out online at mikenelsonsautoglass.com.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM. Wolves took the first set 25-20. If you look at the lower left side of your screen, you'll see under that Wolves logo, that dash, that signifies the set win. And the Wolves lead 1-0. after that Hones Auto Body and Glass set break. We get ready to resume here in this one. That was a fantastic first set. I cannot wait to see what these next sets hold. And again, this really could go all 5 just with how talented these two teams are. Making sure everyone is out there that should be. Milaca finalizing their lineup. And we're set and ready to go. It'll be Kylie Johnson getting ready to serve for the Wolves. And her serve is up and over. Dug up there by, couldn't quite tell, that's fixed. Hit back across and dug up by Grace Voss. Maggie Voss will look for the kill, and she's got it. So Maggie Voss will strike first for the Wolves, 1-0. Johnson's serve is up and over. Fixes there for the dig. On this near side, Evie Ostrich. Apologize, not quite how to say that, but she gets the kill. And ties it up at 1 apiece. Going back to serve for Mora will be Maya Fix. And her serve is over. Tegan Taylor there for the dig. Set and pushing it over is Bolt. Gianna Bolt just in front of the diving Leah Tim for the kill. 2-1. And after the way that first set went, 2-1 feels miles away from what we just did. Meanwhile, Taylor with the serve. Dug up by Fix to the front of the net and looking for the kill. That is a good one there, and the first of the night for Ashley Norberg. To tie us up at 2 apiece. Leah Tim serves. She takes something off at a diving dig there from Grace Voss. Now Maggie Voss looks for the kill. Tim is there for the dig. Alice Anderson will hit it into the net. That makes it 3-2, Wolves. I expect this one to kind of go this way. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth like this. Liza Yort will check into the game for Carly Papp, and back to serve is Maggie Voss. Hard to believe she's only a freshman. She plays with such poise and understanding of the game. You'd think she's a 4-year starter on varsity. Luca Mill looking for the kill. Oh, must be a... Ooh, they're going to call 4 hits on Mora. I don't agree with that one. I think it was blocked at the net by Milaca. Well, he's closer, so we'll stick with what he says, of course. So Maggie Voss will set to serve. It's 4-2, and that one's going to go into the net. It kind of looked off right from the get-go. And again, it's so important for these young ladies when they're back serving to have a set routine, and if that routine gets interrupted at all, it could really throw off the serve. Also in for the first time here tonight, Bria Sanchez for the Wolves, in for the first time. Back to serve for the Mustangs, Ava Olson. And her serve is over, dug up by Taylor. Voss will set, and then looking for the kill, and getting it is Liza Yort. Her first of the evening. It's 5-3. And in this one, it's kind of almost, who can take the lead first. And while it was the Wolves, don't count the Mustangs out, but that's just kind of the way this one feels. If you can kind of get the lead first, you're going to more than likely win the set. Now back to serve is McKenna Golden. Dug by Tim on the far side, and then with the kill is Alice Anderson. 5-4. And I'd say who makes less mistakes in this one, but, man, there have been so few. It's there's really not a lot to talk about. Meanwhile, announcer's jinx in full effect right there. Everyone who is a Mora fan can blame me on that one, including Alice Anderson, because that is the announcer's jinx. Jaden Koseski into the game now for Milaca, and she will go back to serve. It's 6-4. Her team leads. It is up, and it is over. A dig for Alice Anderson. Tim all the way in the backcourt, and then this one goes over and dug up on the back line by Golden. On the far side, Kylie Johnson hits it across. Alice Anderson there. Olsen now for Fix. Fix into a block. Dug up and pushed back across by Anderson. Wolves will get it back across for Kylie Johnson. Casimir on the far side. Lukenbill looks for the kill. Maggie Voss is there, but unfortunately I think, no, they're going to call this on the Wolves. Not sure where, but this called on the Wolves, and the Mustangs get the call. 6-5. Lubakowski into the game, and then immediately checks out for Tegan Taylor. Back to serve is Jenna Lukenbill. Serve is over. Dug up by McKenna Golden. And then a bad miscommunication. Mustangs got the dig, but then no one there for the set. Just kind of everyone looking at each other saying, hey, it's yours, 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 yours. And then just the communication fell apart. Now going back to serve is Carly Papp. She will look to serve for the Wolves. And this is over, and it's going to get back over off the dig, out of bounds, to make it 8-5 Wolves. You almost feel like if a team can build up enough of a lead here, maybe by like 4, might be able to take the win, but it's just, this one is just so close you really can't say. Wolves get this one over, but it's dug up and pushed back over by Kassenbauer. Kylie Johnson on the far side for the Wolves is unable to get it over, and now it makes it 8-6. Again, really not a lot of mistakes here by either side. You're going to have some, but there just haven't been a lot, and that's what you like to see if you're both of these coaches. Going in and back to serve is Avery Ennis for the Mustangs in their white and blue jerseys. Ennis took a little something off that one, but it managed to get over. And on the far side, Maggie Voss will look for the kill, but it goes long. And just like that, Mora's down by only 1. Ennis' serve is over. Dug up there by Golden. Hit over by Taylor. Dug up by Tim on the back line. Setting it up for Fix on this near side. Through the block, and it gets down. Maya Fix with another kill, and that ties us up at 8 apiece. Like I said, it's just you can't tell, no matter what the lead is, who's going to take it away, because these two teams are just too talented. This one is set up, and Yort had to adjust, and she does, and now the Mustangs get it over on a hit from Fix. Back over, and that's Ashley Norberg with the kill. And the Mustangs have their first lead of this second set. Serve by Ennis is over. Tegan Taylor goes backwards, but there is Kylie Johnson, and hitting it over is Carly Papp. Wolves have it set up. Norberg has to adjust, but she does. Gets it back over. Dug up by the Wolves. And now a hit by Maggie Voss. Gets it down to tie us at 9. Another kill there from Maggie Voss. And she's kind of a superstar in the making here early in her career. Back to serve Kylie Johnson. Over and dug up by Anderson. Now pushing it over was Elia Kastenbauer. Maggie Voss at the front of the net. Blocked at the net, but dug up by Voss. Hit over by Grace Voss. Leah Tim is there. And Norberg tries to get it down, but it's dug up by Papp on the near side. Voss again, her hit is dug up by Tim, and this is not going to get over on the third hit. And it's 10-9. Milaca retakes their lead. Kylie Johnson will serve. And her serve is over. Dug up by Anderson. Fix, and Anderson will get it back across the net. Dug up by Taylor. They'll put it on the far side for Grace Voss. Through a block, dug up by Anderson. And hit it over by Anderson. Once again, Grace Voss. And setting it up, pushed over by the Wolves. Dug up on the far side. And this not the cleanest of sets, but it just gets over the net. And Carly Papp there for the dig. Maggie Voss will line it up again for the kill. And it was a dig there by Avery Ennis, but just couldn't keep it in play. And it's a Voss kill again, and that makes it 11-9. Johnson to serve. Tim is there, back over the net, blocked. And Grace Voss didn't have to do much, just had to kind of tap it back down. Kylie Johnson serve is over. Leah Tim is there. Again, not the cleanest of digs. Set by, oh man, Maya Fix. And she goes hard into the bleachers over there, but she's up and okay, and that's all that matters on that one. And with that, we're going to get a timeout called here by the Mustangs. And while they take one, we'll take one as well. You're listening to Volleyball on Nice 95.5 KBEK.
Traditions are passed down, and we learn what is important. The value of $1, the importance of family, the ability to do a job yourself. Central Boiler designed the Classic Edge with these same values in mind. The Classic Edge Outdoor Wood Furnace from Central Boiler. Tradition.
Back here on Nice 95.5 KBEK. Wolves currently lead over the Mustangs 13-9 in this second set. They took the first set 25-23. Student section is going back and forth. Love to see that back and forth. This may not be a conference rivalry anymore, but it's certainly a rivalry, and these student sections going at it. And again, it's kept friendly, which you gotta love. Kylie Johnson serve is over, dug up by Fix. And on the near side, looking for the kill was Evie Ostrick. And it was dug up by the Wolves. And Norberg looking for the kill, blocked at the no. The whistle is against Milaca, so Mustangs get the point. It's 13-10. Back to serve for the Mustangs is Maya Fix. It's up and over. Dug up by Voss, Grace Voss that is, and she'll get it set up for her, but her hit is long. Just a little too much mustard on that one. Didn't get over top of it enough. Fixes serve, hits the net, and will stay on the Mustang side. It's 14-11. Tegan Taylor, her serve is over, dug up by Tim, and pushing it on the far side. Norberg looking to make an effect on this one, and she will. She gets the kill for the Mustangs there to make it 14-12. Certainly was a missile. Leah Tim back to serve for the Mustangs. And her serve is over, dug up by Grace Voss, set by Papp. And looking for the kill, and getting the kill is Rula Bukowski. Her second of the evening, 15-12. Maggie Voss is now back to serve. And her serve just does get over the net, and it's going to wind up being an ace for Maggie Voss. Her third now of the evening, 16-12. And here late, the Wolves ahead by 4, but we seen them with that kind of a lead in the first, but Mora was able to come back and actually take the lead late. Serve is over, dug up by Maya Fix on the far side, and nearly getting the kill, but dug up, and now Grace Voss looks for kill. Off a block, and unable to get to it was Ennis, and Grace Voss with another kill. They get 17-12, and all of a sudden now it looks like the Wolves are kind of starting to steadily pull away. Voss will serve. It's over, dug up by Fix. Ennis and Lukenbill will hit it back over. Dug up by Johnson on the far side. Voss will tap it across. Bunch of different Mustangs go after. They wind up getting it over, and now Grace Voss will look for the kill. And it's going to get down off a block in front of the diving Leah Tim, makes it 18-12. Voss gets it over. Fix with the dig. And Lukenbill will look for the kill. Taylor on the back line. Maggie Voss now to Grace Voss. And this one, just great, perfect placement on that one. Maya Fix too far behind. And just a great placed ball by Grace Voss. And a timeout going to be called here by the Mustangs. 19-12, back after word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBK. We got stuck watching the student section for the Mustangs. They were doing that kind of roller coaster thing where you tell them to go one way, the other. Yeah. I don't know how to describe it. I'm terrible at it, but it's pretty cool to see. 19-12. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Wolves currently with the lead over the Mustangs here in set number 2. Serve here from Maggie Voss is over, dug up by Fix. And Ostrick gets it, and it's dug up by Taylor. Now hitting it over. Leah Tim with the dive, but Yort is going to get another kill on the evening, and it's 20-12. No timeouts left for Milaca here Mora in this set. So they'll have to battle it out. They need 8 to kind of get back in this one. It's going to get over after it hit the net. Alice Anderson with the dig. Tim now back to Alice Anderson. Dug up there by Grace Voss. Maggie goes after it. Now Taylor will hit it across. Diving dig by Maya Fix, but Tegan Taylor going to get the kill. Her first of the night, and it's 21-12. And the Milaca Wolves just starting to pull away in this one. And the serve is over. Dug up there by Anderson. Now hit back across. Tegan Taylor with the diving dig. And looking for the kill, and getting another one is Gianna Bolt. 22-12. Is Bolt really or Yort or Bolt? That was Bolt. No, it was Yort. I apologize. So Yort with the kill. And yes, she is a freshman, as her student section so kindly said. This one into the net by Milaca, and the Mustangs stop the run. The Wolves were on there. And it's 22-13. So Ava Olsen will check in for the Mustangs, and she will go back to serve. Her serve is over. Dug up there by Kylie Johnson. Maggie Voss sets, and Tegan Taylor hits it over. Locked at the net by one of the Mustangs and dug up by Tim, and then pushed back over by Ava Olsen. Wolves getting it set on the far side. Grace Voss gets it through a block and out of bounds. 23-13. Grace Voss with the kill. 23-13, and speaking of, Grace Voss is going to go back to serve. Serve is over by Grace Voss, dug up by Alice Anderson. Now setting it up for Elia Kastenbauer. They do get it over. Elia Kastenbauer on the dive, gets it back across by Grace Voss on the dive. And back across again by the Mustangs. Now back over Alice Anderson. No, that was Maya Fix. Oh my goodness. Back and forth. My brain quite literally couldn't comprehend what that was. 24-13. The Wolves looking to close out this second set. Grace Voss serve is over, dug up by Tim. And Kassenbauer look for the kill. Tegan Taylor on the back line with the dig for the Wolves. And Yort there a little bit strong on that hit. And that will give the point back to the Mustangs. For some reason the camera was not focusing up the way it should have been. It's set point for the Wolves for the next 10 points, but can the Mustangs get 10 in a row? We'll have to wait and see. Serve is over, dug up by Taylor, and her teammate right behind her there to help her out. Mustangs have it. It's Kassenbauer looking for the kill. Through a block, and then Golden gets it, and Kylie Johnson nearly gets it for the kill, but dug up by the Mustangs. Maggie Voss will push it on the far side for Kylie Johnson, who mistimed her jump, and it's 24-15. Alice Anderson is over with the serve, Bolts, York rather, with the hit across, but dug up by the Mustangs, hit over by Fix. Maggie Voss sets. And this one is hit over but dug up by Ava Olsen. Back over Kassenbauer, Tegan Taylor, Maggie Voss, and pushed over by Yort. Dug up by the Mustangs. And a very nice hit by Fix, but a great dig by Taylor. Kylie Johnson looks for the kill, and it's over and too long, 24-16. Wow, these two teams have had some great points. And it's over. Dug up by Taylor on the back line to Maggie Voss, hit across there by Bukowski. Mustangs have it now. Readjusting was Lukenbill, and she's actually going to wind up getting that one down for the Mustangs. Hey, any way you can sometimes. It's 24-17 all of a sudden. Service over, took a little something off that one, did Anderson. Maggie Voss will push it over. Alice Anderson with the dig, set by Olsen, and Lukenbill will have it across. Sending it up for Yort, who hits it too long. Oh, wait a minute. Going to get a whistle on Mora, and it's going to wind up being Milaca point. Oh, not quite sure what happened there, but set two going to go the way of the Wolves, 25-17. Well, that's not the way you want it to end, but that's how it will end for the second set. So that's going to do it for set number two. We're into another Hones Auto Body and Glass set break. ICAR, an ASE certified Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora, is recommended by insurance companies. Had an accident? Let Hones Auto Body and Glass fix ya up. Back after a set break here on KBEK.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Now, it's time for the Q Media Sports Set Break. Brought to you by Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. More local high school sports action is on the way.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada.
A pawn shop.
Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
Back here on KBK, the third set is upon us. The Wolves won the second set there, 25-17, but not for a lack of extreme effort there by Mora. Almost making the comeback, but a whistle there to end that set. Well, it was a fun second set. The first set was fun as well, and I can't wait to see what this third set is going to look like, because, man, if the first two were any indication, this one's going to be a lot of fun. And not only that, I still think this has a chance of going all five, which I have to wait and see. So both of these teams are out on the court getting set to serve. First are the Mora Mustangs, and back to serve is Avery Ennis. Her serve is over. Dug up. And now Grace Voss will look for the kill. Leah Tim on the back line gets the dig. Racing after it was Ennis, just not enough. She couldn't get to it in time. And another kill there for Grace Voss. And her team takes a 1-0 lead. Tegan Taylor will be back to serve. It's over, dug up by the Mustangs. Hit there by Georgia Stillday and dug up by the Wolves. Maggie Voss looks for the kill. Diving dig by Ennis. Set up on the far side for Stillday, dug up by Taylor. And now Maggie Voss from about midway hits it over. Stillday, and now pushes it over. There's Maya Fix. That one's over. Ennis with the dig. Tim is there. And now Fix will hit it back over. Voss with the dig. On the far side, Grace Voss looks for the kill, but it's too long. We're tied at 1. But we just continue to go back and forth in this one. And it wasn't until late in that last set that the Wolves pulled away. And even then, it still wasn't for sure. Charlie Joe Bonac in for the Wolves. We're number 5. Meanwhile, Maya Fix will serve a sliding dig there from Tegan Taylor. Maggie Voss has to push this one over at the last possible second. I don't know if that was on purpose or if she just didn't get a good read on it, but it works out 2-1. And she will be back to serve. Her serve. Oh, it gets into the net and it gets over. So she's going to get an ace and a little bit of a mistake there by Mora, just a little bit of just not knowing where to, and who is supposed to be there at that time. And the seniors kind of conversating, letting each other know, hey, this is what's supposed to happen. Voss serve is over, dug up by Tim. And Norberg with the hit, but Tegan Taylor, right spot, perfect time. And now Grace Voss looks for the kill, but this one is long again. Oh, but they're going to call it tipped by the Mustangs. Well, Grace Voss is going to wind up getting a kill off the tip. 4-1. This serve is over. It does just clip the top of the net, but it's dug up by Maya Fix. Now Alice Anderson looks for the kill. Off the block, it gets down. Alice Anderson gets on the board with the kill. 4-2. Mustangs trail on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard that will leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Tim with the serve, dug up by Taylor. Maggie Voss pushes it on the far side, and it's kept alive by the Mustangs. Are you serious? Really, Bukowski with a hard hit, but dug up by the Stangs, and now Grace Voss will look for the kill. Tim is there with the dig on that far side. Now Lukenbill through the block with the kill. Jenna Lukenbill says we are not out of this yet. And, oh man, hate to see that. Maya Fix down and she is hurt. They've got her off and taking a look at her here in the bleachers, make sure she's okay. Well, either way, Tim will serve. Oh man, I hate to see that. Katzbauer's in for her, by the way. This is hit into the net by Yort, and we're tied at 4. And we hope and pray that Maya Fix is okay. Tim with the serve, and took something off that one, but Bonac is there. And Grace Voss hits it over, but it's dug up by the Mustangs at a tough angle, and just too much of an angle. Georgia still, they try to get it across, but a little too much on that one. And it's 5-4 Wolves. Kylie Johnson will check in, as will Golden, and I believe Golden will be the one who will go back to serve. She will. Golden Redding, and it is over. Dug up by Anderson to Ennis. Lukenbill nearly threw a block again, kept alive. Man, what a dive by Kylie Johnson, but just too much there from Lukenbill. And we're tied at 5 again. Just as it looked like Milaca was pulling away 4-1, it was 3 straight by Mora to tie it at 4, and now we're tied at 5, and back to serve will be Ava Olsen for the Mustangs. Her serve is over. Tegan Olsen there, or Tegan Taylor rather. And on the hit across Bukowski, but it's dug up by the Mustangs. Hit back over now by Ostrick, and back over by Johnson. Katzenbauer there for the dig. Lukenbill looks for the kill. Great spot. Just perfect placement on that. 8-6, 6-5. And the student section agrees. They're saying perfect placement as well. Glad they agree with me. That ball tried to leave the gym because it is tired of being hit that hard. We've seen some hard hits here tonight. Ava Olsen with the serve. Tegan Taylor there with the dig. Had to get low for that one, and now Kylie Johnson hits it across. That dig gets it across the net. They'll set it up, and that's off of a block at the net. And getting it back over, Ostrick. Kept alive by the Wolves. Kylie Johnson off a block. Tim with the dig. Lukenbill wants another one. Blocked at the net, but Tim is there for the dig. On the near side now, Alice Anderson threw a block, and it's down. Alice Anderson with the kill, 7-5. Man, this might be the longest, time we've taken into a third set, just because the volleys between these two teams has been incredible. Neither team wants to give it up, and rightfully so. And now an ace here for Tim. Leah Tim with an ace to make it 8-5, and all of a sudden the tides have turned. Ava Olsen's serve is over. Taylor this time a clean dig. On the far side, Kylie Johnson. Leah Tim sticks her arm out there, gets it up, and Alice Anderson looking for the kill. And in between two Wolves who miscommunicate, it's 9-5. Woo. Kill there, another one for Alice Anderson. And a timeout called here by the Wolves. 9-5. We'll take a commercial break, back after 30 seconds.
The Classic Edge HDX from Central Boiler is the outdoor wood furnace for you. This furnace can heat anything. Your house, shop, greenhouse, even a pool, all with one Classic Edge HDX. The Firestar combustion control takes all the worry and guesswork out of wood heating. It automatically controls combustion for highest efficiency with any kind of firewood, and you can remotely monitor the furnace from anywhere.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local Central Boiler Sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
And welcome back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. The Mustangs currently lead here in the third set, 9-5 over the Milaca Wolves. The Wolves took the first two sets, so they lead 2-0, but the Mustangs saying, hey, no, not so fast on our own court. Ava Olsen is still back serving for the Mustangs. And her serve is over. Oh, it's in! Tegan Taylor thought it was going to go long, but it stays in on the serve. It's an ace now for Ava Olsen. Olsen's serve is over. Dug up by Johnson. And into a block. Lukenbill back and forth they get. Oh, whistle on Milaca, and it's going to be Mora's point, 11-5. Wow. Ava Olsen, another serve. It's over, dug up by Johnson on the near side now. Voss pushes it back over for Johnson, taps it across, but it's dug up by Olsen. Tim with the set on this near side. Alice Anderson looks for the kill, and the run has been stopped by mistake from Mora, so the Wolves get one back, 11-6. Sub in is Jaden Koseski, out is Rula Bukowski. Koseski will go back to serve. And the serve is up and over. Dug up, pushed back across the net. On the net, diving dig by Lukenbill, kept alive by Kassenbauer, hit over there by Ostrich. Johnson hits it into the net. And the Milaca Wolves make their own mistake there. And it's 12-6. Mustangs with the lead. Alice Anderson is back to serve for the Mustangs. The serve. Oh, it hits the net and it gets over. Diving dig. And then Lukenbill with the kill of the night. My goodness. Oh, man, I hope I got that one on camera. Because that's worthy of a replay. Well, when we got a moment, we'll look at it. Alice Anderson's serve is over. Dug up by Golden. On the far side, Kylie Johnson off the block. Dug up by Anderson and tapped over on the set. Dug up again by Anderson on the far side. Ostrich there. Diving dig on the Milaca side by Yort. And dug up now by Mora. Hit over into a block, and the kill there from Liza Yort. Let's take a look at that last kill, though, by Lukenbill. Of course, it's going to be blurry. That's just my luck. There we go. Look at this, how it's dug up, and then Lukenbill just slams it home. Now serving, for the Wolves. It's Carly Papp, and it goes into the net. A big-time kill for the Mustangs there from Lukenbill. And now it's 14-7 after that serve into the net. Back serve is Lukenbill. Lob serve over, dug up by Golden. On the far side, Maggie Voss wants it back, but it's blocked at the net. Push back over after the block, and Norberg is going to get the kill. And all of a sudden, now everything going the Mustangs' way. Lukenbill serve hits the net, racing after those Golden. Maggie Voss again, and this time it delivers. She delivers. It delivers home is how I meant to say it, but she delivers. He gets stuck in between two, and sometimes it comes out absolutely awful, as that just did. 15-8. It's Maggie Voss with the most recent kill there for the Wolves. And Kylie Johnson is back to serve. It's out. That one will be Mustangs' point on the long serve. Couple subs. By the way, Maya Fix was able to come back and to the bench area, so that's good. So don't know that she's back in yet. No, she's still on the bench, but she is back to the bench, which is good news. Ennis with the serve, dug up by the Wolves, and then hit back across a diving dig there, and somehow pushed back over by Ennis, but it's going to go out of bounds. And so the Wolves get one back. 16-17. Man. 16-7 I had it. 16-9 is what the scoreboard says. I'm a little behind. Tegan Taylor is now back to serve. It is over. Tim with the dig on the back line. And now Norberg looks for the kill. Dug up by Kaspar off the block, back across. Kylie Johnson with the dig. On the far side, Kylie Johnson. That one was tipped at the line. Tim with the dig, and it's going to be down. Kylie Johnson will get the kill. Her third of the night. 16-10. Just when it looked like Milaca was out of it, here they come getting a few back, and now trail by 6. This one's over and dug up by Tim. 2 Mustangs collide, blocked at the net. Kassenbauer says not so fast. And Tim will hit it back over. A diving dig there by Pap, and she'll push it back across. Tim is there, setting it up for Norberg. Tegan Taylor on the back line to Pap again. Maggie Voss blocked at the net by Norberg. That's a big-time block. Maggie Voss has got a powerful swing, maybe the most powerful in the Granite Ridge and or the section and maybe in the couple sections. But man, oh man, what a fearless block there by Norberg. Just impressive play after impressive play here tonight. Casamaro will serve. Taylor there for the dig. Pap to Maggie Voss, who gets it over. Ennis there. Tim. Alice Anderson pushes it over. Grace Voss there. She'll get it back and taps it over. Anderson to Norberg. Maggie Voss, now Grace Voss, just gets it over. Anderson is there for the dig. And looking for the kill. Just a little bit long on the hit there from Stillday. And the Wolves get one back, 17-11. Holy moly. Liza York checks in for Pap, and back to serve is Maggie Voss. This has been so entertaining. This is so much fun. Maggie Voss serve is over. Tim, not the cleanest of days, going to send it back. It's an ace for Maggie Voss. How many is that here tonight? 5, I believe. 5 aces now for Maggie Voss. Here's the serve. Line drive serve, dug up by Anderson. Ennis sets it for Anderson again. Tegan Taylor's there, though. Maggie Voss will shove it across. Kassenbauer's there. At the net, Ennis. Yeah, not much she could do on that one. Did what she could, but pushing it into the net, and it'll fall on the Mustang side. 17-13, and all of a sudden here come the Wolves. I'm getting so tongue-tied. If that isn't obvious. Maggie Voss serve is over, dug up by Kassenbauer. Ennis will set for Anderson, who has to just push it over. Grace Voss was there. We're going to get a whistle on the Wolves and make it 18-13 as the Mustangs will get the point. We're going to get a towel out there. It looks to be some perspiration on the floor, so get that wiped up. Yeah, Tim trying to ready her serve, but then she looks at her teammates and realizes, oh, we're wiping up something wet on the floor. And now we're ready for the serve. Tim. Serve is over, dug up by Johnson. Maggie Voss sets for Grace Voss. Blocked at the net by Alice Anderson. 19-13, Mustangs with the lead. The Wolves could end it in 3, but they need something. They need the tide to turn here. As Tim will serve. Oh, she took some off of that one. Great job by Leah Tim. It's an ace. Make it 20-13. Another ace for Leah Tim, her second. That's just a great, great serve there, and it's going to be a timeout by Milaca while they take one. We'll take one, 30 seconds, and we're back.
Oh, I can't even think about cooking tonight. I'm so exhausted. You know what? I'll just grab Quick Trip for supper. It's easy and everyone likes it. Plus, I need gas anyway. 2 birds, 1 stone. And it's so affordable. With my rewards card, I'll save even more. Yes, I am winning tonight. Wait, the kids are totally going to want dessert. I'll grab some of their chocolate chip cookies. Maybe for later or, for the drive home. It's fine. Life's busy. Quick Trip's got you. Food's here.
I really got to talk to the salespeople and tell them not to put any more food ads on my games. I get too hungry. Back here in Mora. I'm sure that you cared so much about what my hunger level is. Back here in Mora, the Mustangs currently lead in set 3, 20-13. The Wolves lead 2 sets to none, but the Mustangs here in the third have had their say and are saying absolutely we will not get swept on our home court. Tim's serve is over. Taylor with the dig on the back line. Had to wait a while, but then now hit across by Yort. Dug up by the Mustangs, and Kastenbauer will have to get it across. Dug up by Grace Voss. Maggie Voss will set for Grace Voss, and Grace Voss will hit it off a block, and it gets down for Grace Voss, and it's a kill for her. Back and forth we go. 20 now to 14. Back to serve will be Grace Voss. Her serve is up and over. Kastenbauer is there for the dig. Lukenbill looks for the kill, but then it's dug up by that's Maggie Voss, excuse me. Now Kylie Johnson looks for the kill. Dug up by Kastenbauer and looking for the kill, but it's blocked at the net. That time by Liza Yort. 20-15. Just when it looked like again Moore was about to pull away. Here comes the Wolves. That's so much fun. Grace Voss serve is over. Dug up by the Mustangs. Lukenbill will push it. Trying to push it out of the back corner, but nice job by Grace Voss. Now Kylie Johnson looks to pay it off, but Kastenbauer's there for the dig. Lukenbill off a block gets the kill. 21-15. And we'll get a substitution. Ava Olsen checks in. She'll go back to serve. Also checking in, Evie Ostrick. Ava Olsen serve is over. And this is going to push back, but Tegan Taylor is there. And now Kylie Johnson. It hits the net and it gets over. Well, that's not the way Kylie Johnson wanted to do it, but hey, it works. 21-16. Wolves not out of it yet. In and back to serve, Jaden Koseski. And her serve is up and over. Leah Tim sets and looking for the kill, Alice Anderson, but Maggie Voss is there. And Maggie Voss will push it over. 2 different Mustangs go after it. Under the net it goes. And it will be a point back for the Wolves, 21-17. Oh, my goodness. Koseski's serve is over, dug up by Tim. Front of the line for Olsen and Lukenbill. Another big kill for Lukenbill. I mean, my goodness, you need to check that ball to make sure there's proper PSI in that after she just hit it. Holy cow. We talk about Maggie Voss having a hit. Lukenbill needs to be in that conversation as well. Alice Anderson lining up to serve. And it's over, dug up by Kylie Johnson. It's set, and Yort will get it across, and it's going to be a kill for Yort. Not the hardest of hits, but she didn't really need to, as that kind of crept up into the chin almost of the Mustang player. In and back to serve now, Carly Papp. Her serve is over. Kastenbauer is there on the near sideline for the dig. Setting it up for Lukenbill. Lukenbill off a block and off another dig attempt. It's down. Lukenbill, another kill here tonight. 23-18. And Lukenbill starting to, I mean, it kind of started here in the second for her, but she's just continued to stay hot. And we'll get a quick sub. McKenna Nar will check in for Gianna Bolt. And Nar getting a warm welcome into the game from her sideline and the student section. So again, McKenna Nar into the game for the first time for the Wolves. And back to serve is Lukenbill. Her serve is over, dug up by the Wolves. And Nar will look for the kill, but it's blocked at the net. That's Norberg there with the block to make it 24-18. And set point now for the Mustangs. Serve is over, dug up by the Wolves, and pushed back across. And here is Ava Olsen looking for the kill. Dug up by the Wolves. And hit back over Maggie Voss. And it goes long. It goes long, and the Mustangs take set 3, 25-18. It is not over yet, folks. Stay tuned. We're headed to a fourth set. And it is time for another Hones Auto Body and Glass set break. Hail damage, get your vehicle over to Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. In fact, many insurance companies recommend Homes. They'll get you fixed up. Back after another set break here on Nice 95.5.
Now it's time for the Q Media Sports set break. Brought to you by Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. More local high school sports action is on the way.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance and is found at Caswell Cycle in Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit cfmotousa.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Hewitt-Jackson Real Estate, Milaca's hometown team, would like to wish the Milaca Wolves athletic programs at all levels a fun, safe, and successful season. We are proud of our local school and the kids and young adults who participate in sports and extracurricular activities of all types throughout the school year. Our Hewitt-Jackson Real Estate team of agents would like to say thank you, Milaca, and go Wolves!
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service, a celebration of life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone. Or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
We're going to get a little bit of an extended break here, ladies and gentlemen. They've got the cleaning machine out there, so I'm not quite sure if whether there's water on the floor, if there's it coming through the floor. I'm not quite sure. I doubt it's coming through the floors. I sound like an idiot. So it looks like we could get a little bit of an extended break. So I'll keep you updated, but for now we're going to, we're going to go back to commercial break and hopefully be back soon for the fourth set.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Life's busy. Quick Trip makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks. Hey, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Need gas? We've got fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus perks like free ATMs, no hidden fees, and free air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track. Stop in to Quick Trip today.
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City proudly serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends, 7 till 2.
Hi, Rob. Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
As I mentioned before, a little bit of an extended break here in between the third and fourth set. They got the cleaning machine out there, and look at that. Looks like we're back just in time for the fourth. I planned that. Yeah, no big deal. No, I didn't, but we are back for the fourth set. It is now 2-1. So Milaca still only needs to win this set, and they'll get out of here with the win. But the Mustangs, man, they showed they were not ready to be done here in that third set, and we're not going to be swept at home. Excuse me, guys. Do not have enough blood sugar, apparently. I'm gonna have to eat. Tell you what, it's hard. It is hard being me, having to come out here and do the things that I love to do, have a job that I love, and my dream job. It's tell you what, it's just hard being me. Life is hard, ladies and gentlemen. This is the greatest thing I could ever do, honestly. I'm so blessed to do this. Maggie Voss will serve to begin the fourth set, and it's dug up by Mora and blocked at the net off the Norberg hit, and it stays on the Wolves' side, so Mora gets it back. And they'll begin set 4 with the first score, 1-0. Here's the serve from Alice Anderson, dug up by the Wolves, but looking for the kill. Blocked at the net on the block. Couldn't quite tell. I think that might have been Norberg. This one getting it into the net, but unfortunately, Ennis couldn't do much with that one. Just nothing she could do there. Grace Voss goes back to serve. Serve is over, dug up by Tim. It gets into her chest, but she's able to get it over thanks to Kastenbauer. And looking for the kill, Kylie and Johnson gets the kill. They get 2-1. Grace Voss, her serve. No, did not go out. It's going to wind up being an ace. It stayed in on that far sideline. A little bit of confusion by a lot of the refs, but the head ref, good job keeping an eye out. Said, nope, that is in. Grace Voss serve is over. Tim there for the dig. And on the far side, Norberg redirect, and she gets it down for the kill. Well, hey, it doesn't always have to be pretty. And that one certainly wasn't, but it works. The Tim will serve. It's up and over. Taylor with the dig. On the far side, Kylie Johnson looks for the kill. Just great position for that ball. Perfectly placed kill by Kylie Johnson. Now back to serve will be Rula Bukowski. And just mistimed it there. Serve into the net makes it 4-3. And back to serve is Ava Olsen now for the Mustangs. Her serve will go into the net. Back-to-back service errors. And now to serve is Carly Papp for the Wolves. That serve is over, dug up by Tim on the back line. Lukenbill says, I see yours, I want one back. Kassenbauer will now serve for Mora. Her serve is over, dug up there by Bonnick. And Tegan Taylor will hit it across. On that far side, blocks at the net. Great job on the block, and gonna get a whistle here on Mora, so the Wolves get one back. Make it 6-4. Kylie Johnson readying her serve. It is up. It's over. Dug up by Alice Anderson. Ran at the middle of the net. Keeping it alive on their side. And then Lukenbill gets the kill. Hey, it didn't look pretty, but it works. I don't think that's exactly how that one should have been designed, but hey, doesn't matter when you get the kill. And Lukenbill is going to go back to serve for the Mustangs. They trail by 1. Serve is over. Dug up by Taylor. And, badly miscommunicated there. Looked like Papp and Bolt were kind of trying to decide, hey, who's going to get this one? And then, they wind up falling to the floor. It's a bad miscommunication there, and we're tied at 6. Serve this time is over. Dug up by Kylie Johnson. Maggie Voss will hit it across. More or less push. Dug up by the Mustangs. Alice Anderson will tap this one to the back line where Taylor is there for the dig. Hitting it across is Grace Voss. Lukenbill gets it nearly back over, but nice job. And somehow the Mustangs still get it back over. What a hustle play. Now Grace Voss off the diving dig of Lukenbill. Are you serious? No, it goes into the referee's ladder. Oh, man, what a play by the Mustangs, but what a job there. Tegan Taylor back to serve. Goes right to Kastenbauer. She's got the dig and looking for the kill. And nice kill there for Evie Ostrick. Her second of the night. Ties us at 7. Check in for the first time tonight. No, excuse me, that's Georgia Stilday. I thought it was another number. But back to serve is Avery Ennis. It's over. Dug up by Johnson. Grace Voss will hit it across. Kastenbauer there. And Alice Anderson will look for the kill. Blocked at the net, though, by Maggie Voss. Will break the tie. And the Wolves lead again, 8-7. Maggie Voss is going to go back to serve. Here it is, into the net. And that'll tie us back at 8. This one's so close. This is so much fun when the games are like this. It's a serve from Alice Anderson. It's going to be dug up by Taylor for the Wolves. Tapped over by Yort, and she's going to get the point for her team. That'll break the tie once again, and it's 9-8. So now the serve from Grace Voss, which is dug up by Tim on the back line. And nice hit there by Stillday, and Stillday gonna get the point for her team to tie us back at 9 apiece. That's her first of the night, her first kill. Nice job by Stillday. Now Leah Tim will ready. And the serve. Taylor, set by Voss, and then the kill from Kylie Johnson, which will again break our tie. Back and forth we go. We continue to go. Get a couple subs here from Milaca. McKenna Golden will go in and ready her serve. It's over, dug up by Anderson. And Lukenbill, oh man, Lukenbill, the first mistake of the fourth set will give the Wolves a 2-point lead, 11-9. McKenna Golden serve is over, dug up by Kastenbauer to Lukenbill on the far side now, Stillday. Hit over and dug up there nicely by Bonack. And Kylie Johnson just misses on that one, man. I thought she got it, but no, just long. It's 11-10. Couple subs for both sides. Ava Olsen will check in, and yes, she will go back and serve. Olsen, her serve is out on that far side. So she will not be able to tie it up with that one, and that makes it 12-10. Sub here, and it's Carly Papp who will serve. Here it is over, Kassenbauer. And Lukenbill looking to come back with a nice dig there by Taylor, though. Maggie Voss hits it back over. Dug up by Ava Olsen. And oh, man, miss hit by Kassenbauer, and she knew it. 13-10, and, man, sadly, 3-point lead now for the Wolves. But I say sadly because this would be back at 13 apiece if it weren't for just a couple mistakes by the Mustangs. Now this serve over, Kassenbauer's there. Ava Olsen, Lukenbill, blocked at the net. Diving dig by Tim and pushed across by Alice Anderson. Dug up, and the Wolves just get it over, and nicely done by Jayana Bolt. Well, you don't need to always be hard and hammering it home. Sometimes just a light tap across. 14-10, that'll lead us to our first timeout from Mora here in set 4 back after 30 seconds.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
And we're back on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. The Wolves lead the Mustangs here in set 4, 14-10. They lead overall 2-1 over the Mustangs. And both teams back out onto the court. Carly Papp. Her serve gets to Anderson. Kind of got it into her chest a little bit, but she manages to keep it alive. Back over Tegan Taylor. And now Kylie Johnson looks for the kill. Tim with the dig back across the net. Oh, and then Maggie Voss missed it. She had what was kind of a layup, and sometimes those can be a little maybe too easy, if you will. That seemed to be the case there. 14-11. Elia Kastenbauer will serve, but it's into the net. Yeah, here in this fourth set, it hasn't been so much Milaca just kind of beating Mora. It's been more or less Mora kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. As now Milaca will have it. Kylie Johnson to serve. 15-11. Tim is there for Anderson. Now on the far side, Lukenbill hits it over, but nice dig there by Pap. And hit across. Diving dig by Kastenbauer. Lukenbill pushes it back down for the kill. 15-12. Running out of room for all the kills that Lukenbill has tonight. Lukenbill will go back to serve. It's over and dug up there by Voss. Hit over again by Voss. Lukenbill to Anderson, who looks for the kill. Nice dig by Pap. And Maggie Voss has a chance. Dug up by Olsen. To Alice Anderson. To the backline Taylor. We get a whistle on Milaca. Not sure what the call is there, so it'll be 15-13. Mistake by the Wolves. Lukenbill to serve. Dug up by Taylor. Push back over. Mora with it. Alice Anderson off a block. Taylor on the back line. And then tapped across, but blocked at the net by Norberg. That's a big time block. No, we're going to get it. Oh, we erased that. Instead, it will be Milaca point. I'm not sure the call. Trying to find my stat sheet. Didn't quite see it. I apologize. So instead, it's 16-13 Wolves. Tegan Taylor with the serve. It's an ace for Tegan Taylor, her second. That makes it 17-13, and this might be a dangerous spot for the Mustangs to be in, as now they trail by 4. And this late 4 is tough to trail by. Tim there with the dig, and Norberg. Beautiful job by Ashley Norberg on that one. Just knew exactly where she needed to go with it and didn't do too much. That was perfect there by her. And Avery Ennis checks in. She'll go back to serve for the Mustangs. This is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. Far from over, and the Mustangs have shown plenty of times here tonight the ability to come back from a deficit. Ennis' serve is over. Dug up by Grace Voss. And Grace will hit it over. Kastenbauer on the back line. Dug up. And Alice Anderson through the block. Somehow kept alive by Milaca and Tegan. No. They're going to get 4 hits. Okay. Wasn't quite sure, but I thought there was, because it looked like it was blocked and then hit twice, possibly by Maggie Voss. I think that's kind of where the trouble came. Avery Ennis readying. And it's over. Taylor with the dig, setting it up for Maggie Voss. Can she get one back? It's long. Milaca saying that it was tipped. Watching it live, didn't see it. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by Milaca. Back after 30 seconds on KBEK.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch Christie and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are I-CAR and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Back after 30 seconds here on KBEK. The Mustangs trail by 1 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Wolves with the most recent timeout. Avery Ennis back to serve. Like I said, 4 is hard to overcome this late, but if there's anyone to do it, it's Mora. Serve is over. Johnson with the dig, setting it up for Kylie Johnson. That is They're going to say it's long. I think we almost should have maybe redone the point just because it was there. I couldn't tell you. Maybe if we had replay, but we just don't have time to get a look at the replay. Serve here from Ennis is over. Tegan Taylor with the dig. We're tied at 17. Maggie Voss will hit it over. Dug up by the Mustangs. And Norberg gets it nearly through a block, but kept alive and hit over now by Still Day. Whistle and a call on Milaca, and the Mustangs take the lead 18-17. Avery Ennis. Serve is over. Dug up by Kylie Johnson. Looks like they'll set it up for Maggie Voss. At the net. Thought it hit the antenna. Yeah, it did. Yeah. It did. It's a good call. It's late, but it's a good call. So the Wolves are able to get it maybe a little, I don't want to say lucky call. It just kind of happened, but we'll get to stop the run from Mora, and now we're tied at 18 apiece. Maggie Voss will go back to serve for the Wolves. Serve is over, dug up by Tim. And hit over by Alice Anderson. Dug up by Kylie Johnson to the back line, and Taylor will hit it across. Dug up now by Tim. And Norberg, dug up by Maggie Voss, and Tegan Taylor somehow keeps it alive. Now hit, dug up again by Taylor. What a job. Blocked at the net by Norberg, and Maggie Voss keeps it alive. We're going to get a whistle, I think, on the Wolves, and Coach Jamie Taylor's beside himself on the call from the ref. And a yellow card on Jamie Taylor. Oh no, not what you want to see. That's unfortunate. So just a warning. But next is the red card, unfortunately, and hey, you don't want to see that. 19-18, Mora with the lead. Tegan Taylor with the dig. Voss setting it up for Grace Voss. Tim, diving dig. Kept alive by Norberg, and again's going to get down. A little bit of miscommunication as to who was supposed to get that. We're tied back at 19 apiece. Oh, man. Grace Voss back to serve as we're tied 19 here in the fourth set. Milaca leads 2-1. They need to win this set and they'll get out of here. But if Mora wins, we're headed to a fifth. Norberg looking for the kill. Maggie Voss falling backwards, gets the dig. Kylie Johnson blocked at the net by Mora, and the block there, I think Norberg. I think it was Norberg again. They take the lead 20-19. Sub here for the Wolves and the Mustangs. Back to serve is Leah Tim. And Tim's serve is over. Taylor to Voss to Kylie Johnson off a block. Nice job by Ennis. And Kastenbauer off a block. Nice job by Bonac. And hit over by Johnson. Tim is there. And Kastenbauer looking for a kill. Again, Taylor with the dig. On the far side, Johnson. Dug up by Ennis. Tim. And Kastenbauer. Taylor again. Voss. York is the one who's going to get the kill. We're tied at 20. And Golden will check in, and she'll go back to serve for the Wolves. Golden's serve is over, dug up, and Ennis at the front of the net. That's Lukenbill who hits it. Nice job by Bonac on the backwards set. Oh my goodness. Diving dig by Tim. Lukenbill, and Alice Anderson gets it over. Are you kidding me? Kylie Johnson looks for the kill, and she gets the kill. Holy cow. Whoa. This is just incredible action between these two teams. Wow. Neither team wants to lose, and it's very evident here. McKenna Golden, obviously no team wants to lose, but these two teams are showing it more than ever. Serve blocked at the net. Casamara looks. Lukenbill gets it back across. Kept alive by the Wolves. Kylie Johnson gets it over. Dug up by Kastenbauer. Set for Lukenbill. Off the block. It gets down, and Lukenbill will tie it at 21. Game of the year? So far, yeah. Wow. This has been so much fun. This has been great. Ava Olsen will check in. She's going to go back to serve. Serve is over, dug up by Bonac, and on the far side, Kylie Johnson looks for the kill. And Kylie Johnson with an emphatic kill to break our 21-21 tie. And now the Wolves have the lead, 22-21. Back to serve is Carly Papp for the Wolves. And her serve is over. Tim with the dig. Racing after it, Olsen, and getting it over is Alice Anderson, dug up by Maggie Voss. And she gets the kill, and now it's 23-21. Maggie Voss could have just sealed it there. Timeout by Mora. We are going to keep it here. There is just too much action to miss. 23-21, Milaca leads by 2 here in the fourth set. If they win this set, they are headed home with a 3-1 victory. If they lose, Mora wins, we're headed to a 5th and final set. Yeah, Mora's ready. They're already back out on the court. They said, hey, we want to get these 2 points back. Milaca trying to finish it here. Man, it's only been 3 sets, but this easily feels like it could be all 5 already. Not quite done with 4. Don't count the Mustangs out. They still got a chance here. Down by 2. (23-21). Carly Papp is back to serve. Again, don't count the Mustangs out just yet, but Papp's serve is over. Tim on the back line with the dig to Olsen, and now getting it over is Ostrich. On the far side, Kylie Johnson goes long. Well, not the mistake that you wanted. Well, I mean, you don't want any mistakes, but if you're Milaca, that's one that, man, you really don't want. So the serve now over from Kastenbauer. It's dug up by the Wolves. Maggie Voss on the far side looks for the kill. Off a block. Dug up by Anderson. Lukenbill will push into the near side corner. It's dug up and pushed over by Johnson. Pushed over again by Mora. Maggie Voss will line this one up off a block. And, just in between a couple of Mustangs. And now it's match point for the Wolves. Maggie Voss with the most recent kill. Kylie Johnson will go back to serve. This could do it. Kylie Johnson readying her serve. It's over. Kastenbauer with the dig. It's right at the net. Kept alive. Nice job by Mora. And Maggie Voss. That's going to get down right in front of Ava Olsen, and Maggie Voss will end it, and set 4 is won by the Wolves, 25-22, and it's a 3-1 set victory for the Wolves. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors, plus we'll get our Pine Insurance Player of the Game.
Parcel Real Estate knows there is no greater journey than the one to purchase or sell commercial real estate or a business. CEO Sam Johnson can provide you with commercial sales, investment sales, landlord-tenant representation, and business sales. Parcel Real Estate is a full-service real estate and business brokerage firm providing services in central Minnesota. With his do-whatever-it-takes work ethic, this is a business decision you won't regret. Find Sam Johnson online at parcel.properties today.
Life moves fast. Quick Trip keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. While you're fueling up with our fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. Always clean stores, clean restrooms, and a smile for your day. Hey, we're all about saving you time, money, and making life easier. Quick Trip's here for you. Whenever you need us, we got you covered.
River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, KBEK. I'm now joined by our Pine Insurance Player of the Game. The Pine Insurance Player of the Game from Mora is Elia Kassenbauer. She will receive the Pine Insurance Player of the Game t-shirt. They have many locations, including Pine City. Elia, first of all, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And this was an entertaining game for everybody's aspect. How was it down there on the court for you guys?
I think both student sections and both teams just brought the energy to the game. And especially towards the end of the game, we just brought it.
Yeah, this was a fun one. And now this is not a conference game anymore, but these two teams pretty familiar with each other.
Yeah.
So going into this one, home court advantage, what was kind of the mindset for you guys coming into this one?
Our mindset, we knew we had to work for this. We knew we had to play hard. It's going to be a tough game. And I think we brought that.
And you were down 2 sets to none, came back to win that third set. What was kind of the conversation before the third set with you guys in the huddle?
That our passing needed to be way better, and I think we did that.
And then, as I mentioned, you guys won the third set. After that, what was the confidence like for you guys? I have to imagine it kind of grew after that.
Yeah, we were so excited. We wanted to win that one. We wanted to go all the way and reverse sweep, but we fell short.
And here in the fourth, it was so close. You guys kept it back and forth. Ultimately, you guys wound up not getting the outcome that you guys wanted. But what do you guys take away from this game?
I think that this will push us to work even harder in our next games. We played so hard tonight and lost. Imagine what we could do if we played so hard and we won.
Absolutely. Well, you guys will get another chance here tomorrow night against Bram. How are you guys going to try and prepare for tomorrow?
I think we need to rest and fuel our bodies for tomorrow because 2 games in a row is a lot.
It is. Well, Elia, thank you so much for joining me, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
We'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors here on KBEK.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden french fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Back here on KBEK, nice 95.5 FM. Our Pine Insurance Player of the Game was Elia Kastenbauer, and she had a pretty good night here for Mora. She had a lot of assists here this evening, and really late in this game, helped her team make the comeback there in that third and fourth set. She was a key piece of that, even in the second set, but unfortunately for them, they will fall to Milaca. But Milaca, man, they come out of here with a 3-1 victory, and they had to work for both teams had to work for every single point here in this one. Nothing came easy, and it shouldn't. And these are the games that you love, where every single point is a battle, and it was so much fun to watch these two teams go at it. Again, not a conference or a section game anymore, but man, this one was so entertaining from start to finish as Milaca wins 3-1. They won the first one 25-23, the second 25-17. The third belonged to Mora, 25-18, and then the fourth belonged to Milaca, 25-22. But that was a great one, and I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in here tonight. And if you're watching this on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube page. That way you're notified every single time we go live with a local sporting event. All you have to do is click on the notification. It will take you right to the live video. Other ways you can stay up to date is our morning show on 95.5 FM with Adam Hefty at 7:30 and 8:30. We'll talk this game, all the other games going on in our local listening area, plus regional and national sports as well. Another way you can stay tuned is our website at kbk.com. Go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. That will show you all the links for the games that we'll be covering here during the week. We'll also have coaches and players interviews on there and articles from games that we've been at. Another way you can stay tuned is our social medias. You can go and stay up to date on our Facebook at kbk.com. I believe our Instagram as well. And then our Twitter, which is Q Media Sports, at Q Media Sports. So be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to stay up to date with all things local sports on our social media pages. Of course, I want to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. Also, thanks to all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. It is greatly appreciated, and we obviously couldn't do it without you. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could really make their day. It costs nothing to be kind. And remember here, it's not just because it's the month of September, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. We need to do it every day of the week, every month of the year. We really need to pay attention to people who maybe don't show it, but are suffering a little bit. So let's be kind to everyone, because, again, it costs nothing to be kind, and it could really go a long way in making that person's day a whole heck of a lot better. But, again, the final here in this one on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, the Wolves beat the Mustangs 3-1. I want to, again, appreciate all of you for tuning in. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We've got more coming your way via volleyball here on KBEK. But for tonight, for Nice 95.5 KBEK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
I'm Ebony. I'm Megan. And I'm Alicia.
Together, we're dapper and divine. Whether you're looking for bold color,
fresh cuts, or laid-back vibes, we're all about hair that feels like you. At Dapper and Divine, we want you to leave our salon feeling confident,
fun, and effortlessly gorgeous.
Dapper and Divine, on the corner of Main Street, Pine City, across from the Bottle Shop. Right now, get $2 off your kid's haircut till the end of September. You know, back to school time at Dapper and Divine.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ascove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
That concludes our broadcast from WCMP Sports, a Q Media Group radio station, and brought to you in part by local advertisers. For high school sports schedules, scores, and interviews, visit WCMPradio.com. Catch more local live action all season long, right here on this local radio station. Also available via the WCMP mobile app, available for free download in the App Store, and multiple Q Media Group YouTube streams. Thank you for joining us. Now back to regularly scheduled programming. WCMP is 100.9 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1350 AM, licensed out of Pine City.